passionate about, something that I really, really care about, and that is filmmaking. I'm going to be talking to you about my next art project and my goals, what it will be about, and what I'm learning along the way. So, if you enjoy this content, make sure you press the likes button and comment down below a smiley face. But let's get into it. So, as you can probably tell on my channel, even if you're new here, the most popular video on this channel is a short film that I made 2 years ago, and a lot of you, you might ask, Nick, why is it on your ASMR channel? It's not ASMR. Why is it on your channel? And the thing is, it's on my channel because a lot of you were with me in the journey of creating that film. I started YouTube, started this channel in October of 2022, and I started it as a reason, as a way of collecting behind the scenes footage of my short film. And this channel is called Nick's Ramble ASMR because I used to just do random rambles. Every day I would upload and it'd be me talking about my life, about the art I was making, about the project, and little did we know, I basically rambled for a year about this project, the short film that you can watch now on YouTube. And if you ever want to see those past rambles, I made a playlist called Flowers. The rambles aren't that great in quality, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I posted it on YouTube because I finished the festival cycle. I finished sharing it and getting awards, and I wanted it to be shared with you guys because you helped to support me on the journey of making it, and it blew up, which was crazy. So go check that out. Just because something you should know about me currently in my life right now, because we always change and evolve, right? But filmmaking is something that I find, personally for me, not everyone finds it this way, but for me, I don't know how, but I find it very spiritually connecting. So, Flowers was something that I wish I saw when I was younger, and I created it in a vacuum of what does love mean, and basically as a message that I hope would help change the world. And I know that sounds kind of intense, but I have those missions in life. That's like with this YouTube channel, where our community is all about, giving back, creating a community that supports each other, and because we can change the world if we're all kind to each other. So that's why I have a short film on YouTube. Let's talk about my next project. So I'm really excited to announce that I will, and it's really scary to say this because, nothing's ever guaranteed, but I'm excited to announce that I am going to be working on a feature film. A feature film. And if you don't know what that means, a feature film is 90 minutes long. It's a movie. Flowers is a short film because it's less than 60 minutes. So I'm doing triple the length of Flowers, and I want to tell you about my plans, my goals, and then tell you what the story is kind of about, because I really think it's going to be cool to see how it evolves over time, right? So my goals, okay, so the process of making this feature film is case, when I'm filming this, when you see this, I will be in Portland, renting out a room and hunkering down writing. I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to be taking a stab at the script for a month. And I have an Instagram, which I will link in the bio down below, that you guys can follow. I will be posting all the behind the scenes for the film itself. And then also I encourage you, if you want to be more involved in the film, because we're always looking for donators and producers and all this, you can throw your email in the link in bio. There's a section that says follow my art, and I will tell you when everything happens. But this feature film that I want to write in Portland, it came to me actually when I was writing Flowers, and my goals with it is to basically write the script in February, get a draft that I feel somewhat confident. I know I'm not going to be confident, but something I can share with others. And then I'm hoping that for the next few months, maybe by April or May, I'm going to have another draft of it and keep doing drafts every few months until I hit summer. Then I will hopefully start crowdfunding or getting grants and making a trailer of what the film will be, so that everyone can kind of get a sense of it. And then I'll spend the next year hopefully sending it to producers, trying to get crowdfunding so that the next summer we can shoot the film. So I'm hoping to shoot it by the summer of 2026. And I really hope it happens. We will probably need around minimum like $30,000 to do it. But I'm thinking it's going to be a run and gun film. So what does a run and gun film mean? So I don't know if you know this. I hope you do, but I guess I don't talk about it anymore. But I used to, I worked in the entertainment industry, and I was a film scout for TV shows and movies. And TV shows like Shameless, Dollface, The Flight Attendant, and then I was a scout for some Sundance winning films. And an indie film, a run and gun, is basically taking a camera and running with it. So a lot of I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the costs in making films comes down to talent, like the cast, right? And locations and equipment and gear, and then post as well. But I kind of like to section post off to be different. I don't know, it just helps me. But the thing with indie films is indie films are notorious for not having really famous people in them, so you can have fresh faces, so that lowers the cost. And I think it's more fun, between you and I think it's more fun to have an actor that you don't know, because then you just see the character as them. And to be honest, I was thinking about potentially acting in this film. We'll see if that happens again. I was thinking of doing that in Flowers too, but then I found the perfect actors. And then do location and gear. So when you're filming, you need to do permitting for locations. Wherever you film outside, you need to permit it. And that's just a legality thing. You're also meant to have insurance and all those fun things. A run and gun, though, is basically, don't tell anyone, but we basically be stealing locations. And you might be like, Nick, that sounds dangerous. It's a very commonly practiced industry standard. I've been on movies where we film at a location not permitted, and you basically create a skeleton crew. So you create only the bare bones of people you need, and you just capture footage. It's kind of what like YouTubers do automatically. So if you see any movies outside and stuff, or people filming short films or YouTube videos, you're technically supposed to permit when you're film outside, but we don't, right? A running gun basically means that we're going to be trying to jump from location to location and kind of just like steal things as we go. This will make a lot of sense to you in a second when I tell you what the actual film's about. It will make a lot of sense, but yeah, so that's the goal, and I'm hoping that I will have you join me along in this journey. Whether you donate or not, later on it doesn't matter, but I think it'll be really cool to document this so that you can kind of join us from the beginning of this idea of this film towards the end of it, when eventually hopefully I can share it with you guys. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe, and also subscribe to my other YouTube channel, which is in the bio. That is not ASMR, and I will be doing more entertainment stuff over there. But let's actually talk about the film. Okay, so this is what I think is exciting. So, the film that I have been called to make, that I am going for, is this. It's a road trip film. Think buddy buddy film. It's a film like Thelma and Louise, Into the Wild. That's not really a buddy buddy movie, but it's a movie of these two characters on a road trip where they start in Los Angeles, California, the southern point of the west coast of the United States, and they drive all the way up the PCH, a beautiful highway, one of the best in the world, and they end in Portland, Oregon. Now, why are they on a road trip, you might ask, and who are these people? So, I'll tell you what I know right now, and this might change as I discover it in February. The two characters are old best friends from high school. They used to be in a really close-knit friend group. However, the people in the road trip now are 30-year-olds, kind of like late 20-year-olds, and they're ex-best friends, but now they're totally different. One is this kind of hippie, laid-back dude, doesn't really care, think like her ex-frat star, and the other one is potentially this queer intellect, very by-the-books person, think type A, type B type of person. They both get pushed into a car because they're both going to a mutual friend's wedding. There's secrets that come along the way. One of them might be, for instance, that the main character made a promise to his old friend that he'd be at the wedding, but we've learned that he was actually never invited, and he's piggybacking on the other person so he can get there. We might also learn that maybe the main character was in love with his old best friend that's getting married, and he needs to make amends before it's too late. We also may learn that the other character, who's kind of a hippie, actually really does care about life, and that, is running away from things. There's going to be a duality in the car. There's going to be a lot of tension as they go from this really dry desert landscape, and they go through all the way to these lush tall redwoods. It's a road trip that will be paralleled with 3 other timelines. One of younger them going through their lives, and of the main character getting close in his relationship with the person that's married. You kind of see them as kids become really best friends. Maybe there's a romance. There's something of youth and innocence and nostalgia and promises made that then current day road trip main character is trying to fulfill. There are also might be a third timeline, which we will find out in the climax how it connects. But the third timeline is of an old man. Who has lost his lover. And he's grieving. And at the climax of this film, all three timelines come together. What I think it means, and what I'm really excited by, is this idea of past, present, and future all coming together so that they can all learn from each other and they can all learn how to grow up. As the present day characters go back to Portland where they both grew up, they get thrown back more into the past, into their childhood, and it's about reliving your childhood and learning how to let go, learning who to fight for, what is love, how to grieve, and how to move on. And that's what this film is about. It's about, when do you let go of people? When do you hold on to people? Are people worth fighting for? Are they not worth fighting for? And then there's going to be this themes of nature. You know, I'm inspired by nature. The desert's really dry landscape to the lush redwoods and blossoming up, being vulnerable. You know, we will have kind of some disgusting moments in the car of like people putting feet on the dashboard, being very smelly, farting, going back to child innocence. But then we'll have, you know, this old man grief. Like, when do we grow up? When do you grow up? When do you say goodbye to your younger self and this innocence? And that's what this film is about. When you make a promise with someone that you'll be at their wedding when you're a kid, and you follow through with that, is that a promise worth following through for? Can people surprise you? Can they not? That's what this film will be, and you might now understand why I said a running gun. It's gonna be a road trip film, so a lot of the locations, because I come from a location background, will be basically stolen. We'll be shooting it as we roll, which would be very cool. And now you might understand why I'm going to Portland. I'm going to Portland because the climax and a lot of the scenes happen there. Now let's talk about some challenges I think I'll face in this process, and I want to be very transparent with you because transparency about making art is something I think a lot of people don't talk about. There is a lot of fear with me in that I won't complete this, and to be honest, I know I will complete it, but I think that's just a normal thing with art. Something I'm also worried for challenges is figuring out how everything structures together, how everything molds together, figuring out funding, and figuring out basically how to do something of this magnitude. I'm also nervous that I'm going to go to Portland and I'm going to try and write this thing and I'm not going to get anything out of it. Art is fascinating. I've been talking to some friends about it, and you probably can relate. You need to have fun and a lot of ease when creating things. You have to turn off your analytical mind and just create. And then later bring your analytical mind and shape it. And regardless of where this goes or how it does, I just want you to be a part of it, this process. I think it's a magical one, and I think it's one that can change people's lives. Something that's making me continue forward with this is that I really want this, but I also really know that this film will change people's lives because it deeply has changed mine just by processing life. And I hope one day I can give that back to create a place on the screen where people can relive and experience what we've all been experiencing, but in a really poignant space of time, and ask you some really interesting questions. Who do you fight for? Who do you don't? When do you know you're around good people? When do you don't? Who do you, would you ever go back to childhood? Would you not? Like, all these things about regrets and stuff, and, I'm nervous, yeah, and, I'm scared of the next steps, but it's not, doesn't matter if it's good or not, it just matters about process and allowing it to exist. So that's my goal, just trying to let it exist, however messy it is. I would love to hear if you're working on any art at all. Tell us down below what it is, what you're inspired by. This is a very safe community. I know we all have our different opinions. I know there's probably some of you that aren't into the story I just said. That's okay. It's not meant for you. That's the beautiful thing about art. It's supposed to be shared. And if you are interested in the story I was saying, and if you do feel like it might resonate with you, please consider following my channels, putting your email in the link in bio. I want you to be a part of this, because this film is going to be a community film, and it will be enriched by your support. So I'd love for you to be a part of it, and join the Instagram too. I'll be doing that as well. But yeah, if you have any ideas of like this film reminds you of other films, let me know. And you know, I was doing film reviews to train myself for these road trip films. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm very scared, but I feel very empowered, and I'm excited to go on this journey, and I want you to come along. So, and I think that baby wants to come along as well. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. If you want more content like this, comment down below. Let me know. Comment down below a movie reel, so I know you made this far. If no one's told you yet, you are so loved. You are so important. Thank you for all the good you do in the world. It doesn't go unnoticed. And specifically for this video, you are really creative, and you're really talented, and don't judge your art. It's okay if it sucks. It's meant to. Your only job as an artist is to allow your creativity to flow. You aren't meant to judge it, and I know that is really difficult, and I'm working on it too, and I think that's what blocks you and I and us from creating amazing stuff, is because we don't let it be shitty. It's supposed to be shitty, okay? Excuse my language, but it is. So, follow me, join me in this journey, join my other YouTube channel, and let's get better at creating, okay? I love your support. If you want to support this channel and me, consider joining our Patreon, pressing the join button down below. All donations go straight back to the channel, and it helps me make these videos. So, I love you. I can't wait to see you soon. Be kind to yourself and others, and I'll see you very soon.